Hey guys, EBPMAN here, and today we're going to look at a series of accessories that are going to work fantastically well with the Samsung Galaxy S9 and S9 Plus. So let's go and check them out. Now all these accessories that we're seeing here are part of the goodie box that we received from Incipio, and they range from charging cables, car adapters, battery backup solutions, as well as wireless charging pads. So let's see how each one of these could serve your S9 or S9 Plus. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can get notified when new videos become available. So first up, we'll look at this Incipio wireless charger, and this is going to be a fast charger. And one of the things I wanted to highlight is, while the heading for this video is really all about the S9 and S9 Plus, this charger will work with the iPhone 10, it will work with the iPhone 8, 8 Plus, as well as with any device that supports that Qi charging technology. This though will support fast charging, which is going to give you that accelerated wireless charge that you see in the Samsung devices. So let's take a closer look. Now inside the box you're going to have a couple things. You're going to have the charging pad, which is very, very small. We'll take a look at that in a second. But you're also getting a power brick, and this power brick, as you can see, is a completely integrated power brick that is going to power your pad. So that means you don't have to worry about using your existing brick that comes with your phone. In addition to that, the power output on this is pretty high. So let's get a closer look at that so you can see that really well. So you're seeing that the output you're getting is 2 amp out, which is going to give you that fast wireless charging capability that we're expecting. So let's go ahead and try the charging pad and see how it works. So let's take a closer look at the pad before we actually plug it in. So you do have 4 little legs here, rubberized legs, that are going to keep it in place. You have an LED in the front, and then in the back is you have that port. Remember, this comes with its own proprietary cable, so you don't have to worry about using your cable. It fits nicely. It's really small. You can see the palm of my hand here, and has kind of like a satin finish to it, rubberized type material here, and it's going to be pretty generous when it comes to placing your phone. So let's go ahead and plug it in, and we'll see how it charges. All right, so our pad is plugged in. We're going to place our phone right on top of it. I'll just move it right there. You'll see fast charging wirelessly. We're going to rotate it to the side a bit so that we can see what's happening. It's still charging, and we'll lift it over here, and you can see that there is a light LED that's on, that's charging. Not incredibly bright, so that's a soft light, and especially if you place your phone like this at night, you're never going to see it. Next up is the Ghost 210. Now this is going to give you the ability to charge 2 devices at the same time. So we'll look at some of the advertising that we have here. Cable-free charging, two devices charging at the same time, Qi charging compatible, and for those of you who are looking at some of the specs, let's zoom in right there so you can see those. Again, giving you the details as to what you should be able to expect. Neat thing here is, again, that ability to be able to charge 2 at the same time. So let's go ahead and open up the box and see what it looks like. In the box you're going to get some user information. You have your charging pad, which is much larger than the one we saw before because it can support 2 devices, and then you have a proprietary charging cable. Now as we look at the charging cable, let's look at the specs there. You'll notice that the output is double the one that we saw earlier, obviously because you're having to charge 2 devices. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at the charging pad. So the charging pad has Incipio logo right here, has the 2 sweet spots for your charging. In the front has 2 LEDs. In the back has a charging port. It does have some rubberized feet so that you can put it in place and it stays put. And it's relatively small because here's my S9 Plus, and you can see the size. It's almost, I would say, probably the height of a Note 8. Now when you're going to be charging, you're going to be placing your phone here and your phone here, so you'll be able to put them side by side. Let's go ahead and power it up. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to put a Samsung Galaxy S9 and the Note 8 to charge. So we're going to put one on first. We're looking for the charging symbol to come up. Put this down a little bit, see where that sweet spot is. It looks like I found it right there. And it is charging wirelessly. Now notice that while it's charging wirelessly, it is not using fast wireless charging. So let's go ahead and do the same thing here for now the S9, and you notice it says charging wirelessly. So works charging both phones, charges 2 phones at the same time, but what you sacrifice is the fact that you're not getting that fast wireless charging technology. Still, having 2 phones charged at the same time, it's pretty sweet. Now, one thing I wanted to mention, for those of you who are considering the dual charging pad. The way I use my charging pad and the way many people use wireless charging is not really for rapid charging, but it's typically going to be a convenience charging solution, and it's also something that you use at night. So I wirelessly charge my phone at night. I put it on my nightstand. It charges. I'm not in a hurry. I'm not looking for fast wireless charging because, again, even with fast wireless charging solutions, you're not going to be able to get the same rate that you get with plugging it in. So for those of you who may be concerned about fast wireless charging versus not, and the fact that this one doesn't have that feature, in my opinion, it's not a big deal, but let me know in the comment area and let me know what you think. So next up, we're looking at two Incipio car chargers. They're a little bit different, yet they're the same. So both of them are going to give you fast charging technology. You see that Samsung adaptive fast charging technology, and one of them has a built-in cable and one of them doesn't. So let's look at each. Alright, so taking a closer look at the first charger, you'll notice that it's what I would consider a medium neck charger. So it's not the super long one, and it's definitely not the short ones. And you'll notice here that you do have a little LED, and then you have your USB connection where you'd be able to put in your USB-C cable or micro USB or any kind of charging cable, because this will also support Apple devices. Now this one is a little bit different. So this one also same size. So if we put them side by side right here, you'll notice that they're pretty much the same length. Medium in length is what I would put it at. It also has an LED, but the difference is that this one has already a built-in USB-C cable. So these two are some really good options, again, for your S8. It also will work with a Pixel, your S9, anything that's USB-C. You have this covered. And on this side, you're going to have something that will work with the same devices, but also this could work with an iPhone as well. Alright, now the next accessory that you may want to consider is this Incipio USB-C cable. And the reason why is because most of us have only one. Typically that's what comes in the box with your S9. So having one for your car, having one for your in your bag, if you're a student, having an extra cable is always a good deal. So this is a cable then that's going to support the charge. It's going to be a sync cable, and it's going to work with all the devices. Now there are some cables that we reviewed in the channel that have USB-C on both sides, but as we know, while many of I would say the MacBook line is already moved into it, you still have a lot of Windows devices that still haven't converted fully. So having a standard USB on one side is always a good thing. Let's unbox it. Now this cable is a 3-foot cable, and what I look for in cables, a couple things, is look at the thickness of the wire or the cable itself, and you can see that that's pretty thick. I also look at this connection point right here to make sure that it's durable, because in many cases where my cables have gone bad has been in this point, and that's been the same case on this point. So you're looking for something that it's pretty rigid, that has a good support, as you can see that right here, and this definitely falls in that line. Standard USB, so we're just going to take a look at the connections right there, and again, it's a 3-foot cable, so this is going to go perfectly with something like this. So if you think about this specific car charger that didn't have a cable itself, you can use this cable with it. 3 feet is more than enough when you're in a car, or if you have a battery backup solution like the ones that we're going to be looking at from Incipio right here, this would be a good combination, having that with this. Now next up in our review of accessories for the S9 and S9 Plus is the Incipio, and then this is again a portable battery charger. So this is a 8,000 milliamp hour battery, and for those of you who are asking, well, how long or how many times can I charge my phone? Because this is going to work with a variety of devices, including your iPhone, Pixel, S9, S8, and Note 8, all you do is you take the milliamp hour battery number for your device and divide it by this number, the 8,000, and you'll know how many times you can charge it. Now, as we look at some of the features here, you'll notice that they are claiming that it supports various number of devices. So again, a lot of different devices you're going to be able to charge with this. And not only is it going to be able to charge standard smartphones, but you'll notice something else that's coming up here, and that is even MacBooks. So again, tablets, phones, anything that you can charge through a USB cable, you're going to be able to use this device to do it. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the features so we can see what makes this product so unique. Alright, so taking a closer look at this charger, very small despite the capacity. So the capacity is very decent at 8,000 milliamp hours, but it's also small and pocketable. Something that definitely you can put in your back pocket or in your front pocket and carry with you. Now the neat thing about this is that it does come with a USB-C cable, but it also has a built-in USB-C cable. See this right here? All right, so that is connected. So literally what you're going to be able to do based on how this works. So you have this one right here, right, that you have hidden, that you can just take out and use. And then you have these ports here, so you can actually charge 2 devices at the same time. Let's try that. All right, so the first thing I did is I went ahead and unraveled the built-in USB-C. And what we're going to do is take a closer look here at the charging rate. Let's bring this in focus. You'll notice right there, fast charging. So this is fast charging my phone. And now what we're going to do is while that one's charging, we're going to take the cable that we had that was included, or you know what, we'll try this one right here that we just reviewed. All right, so let's go ahead and plug that in, put that in place. This one's charging. We're going to plug it into our Note 8, and we'll see if it's charging. Move that out of the way, and you'll notice it's fast charging too. So this is pretty neat because we are fast charging 2 devices at the same time. Definite thumbs up. Now some of you may be asking yourselves, can the battery charge more up to 3 devices? And you saw the little LED turning on because it's showing that I don't have any plugged in devices. There's a little LED here that will pop up showing you the charge rate of the battery, just as we've seen with other batteries, having 4 different LEDs indicating a percentage of the battery. But the question is, can you charge 3 devices? Because we can charge one here, we can charge one here. Well, the answer is no. Let's get a little bit closer there so you can see that. You see where it says in? This is the in. This USB-C connector is for charging the actual battery itself. So unfortunately you can only have 2 at the same time, but still that's not a bad deal, especially when you have an 8,000 milliamp hour battery that can fast charge in one included cable and in the other one as well. So you can charge 2 at the same time. Alright, so now the last device that we're looking at here from the charging solution is a 65 watt USB-C wall charger. So this is going to be able to obviously charge multiple things at the same time. And with this wattage, this is also going to be able to support your MacBook Pros. You can use this as a MacBook Pro charger. You can see that right here, that you have USB-C smartphones, tablets, and notebook computers up to 13 inches that support USB-C power delivery. So that's pretty awesome. Let's go ahead and check it out. Alright, so first impressions, this is what you have in the box. You get your dual USB-C cable, so one on each side. And that's because this actual power brick, look how small this is. This is really tiny. Very small power brick, yet it's going to deliver 65 watts of power. This is your USB-C connector, and what I like about it is that it's multi-purpose. So it's going to give you the ability to charge a wide range of products. Really nice. Let's take a look at the specs right here for those of you who are interested into that. Alright, for those of you looking at the specs, here you can see the actual output that's coming out of this small power brick. Again, sufficient enough to charge your MacBook Pro as well as any other USB-C device. And the neat thing about this is that, you know, it supports that intelligent charging capability or technology that it's going to be able to charge your smartphone or your large desktop, laptop, or tablet without having to worry about, again, will it damage it. What I also like is that as more and more devices support the same USB-C connector, you can use one charging device to charge a wide variety of devices. Let's see how it does it with the S9. Alright, so let's go ahead and plug that in. Let this power up. And you know what we're looking for is that fast charging message. So let's get a little closer here, make sure we're in focus. And you can see right there it says fast charging. So fantastic option. It's going to charge your phone, it's going to charge your tablet, or your notebook. So there you have it, a full fleet of accessories to charge and accessorize your S9 or S9 Plus. And by the way, they also support, in many cases, your iPhone. If you have any comments or questions, make sure to leave it in the comment area. Make sure you smash that subscribe button, and see you in the next one.